What is going on, guys? It's your boy, ChuckNasty, here to talk about some fantasy football. The goal of this channel here is to get you guys set up to win all of your fantasy football leagues and provide you with updated information on players, contracts, weekly waiver wire picks, pretty much anything that will separate you from your opponents. Today, we have two topics we want to talk about. Zeke Elliott and his holdout, and Melvin Gordon and his holdout. So the first topic is Zeke Elliott. Now, 3 weeks ago, he received a top 5 offer from Jerry Jones, which he didn't accept, and it would have made him paid as the top 5 at his position. They also had similar offers for Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott as well. The deal with Zeke is he is in the second to last year of his rookie contract, and Jerry Jones has a history of paying his players. Now, in my drafts, I've taken a decent chunk of Tony Pollard late just in case he holds out, but for the most part, I feel pretty confident drafting Zeke in the top 10. In the past, Jerry Jones usually pays his players, and within the last week, Zeke has been provided with an offer for a top 2 at his position. Now, if you look at paid players by his position specifically, the number 1 is Todd Gurley, who's making $14.3 a year, and the second is Le'Veon, making $13.1 a year. So you'd have to guess that the offer that the Cowboys had drummed up there, which would have put him at top 2, would have been between $13 and $14 million a year. Now, Zeke, without having a massive ego complex, pretty much wants to be the highest paid running back in the league. I don't really see a problem with that. He's been extremely efficient as long as he's been in the league, and the man just chunks yards. I mean, he's somebody that you want on your fantasy football team for sure. If I had to guess, I would say that he's probably going to get an offer that's close to $16, $17 million a year, and it's probably going to be resolved before week 1. I don't have any problems drafting Zeke. On the other side of things, when you swap over to the Melvin Gordon contract situation, he's slated to make $5.6 million a year in his rookie deal. Now, he is required to show up at some point this season to get the accrual of his final year. Without that, he can't become a unrestricted free agent next year. And the initial trade talks that they had between the Chargers were off millions of dollars per year. Multiple millions, couple, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure what the number was. They didn't disclose that. He has, however, already requested a trade because they feel like the contract talks aren't really going anywhere. I see him being drafted in a lot of these best ball drafts and a lot of redraft leagues this year too, and I don't understand it. I'm personally not going to draft him at all, and I'm getting a ton of Austin Eckler in the 6, 7, 8 rounds. The reason for that is I want you guys to be aware of the history of how the Chargers conduct business. So you go back 5, 10 years, LaDainian Tomlinson, who was drafted 5th overall by the San Diego Chargers, he missed 30 days of training camp because he was holding out. After that, Quentin Jammer, 5th overall, sat out 50 days because he had issues with Chargers contracts. The same thing happened to a young Phillip Rivers, who was taken 4th overall and sat out 25 days. Now, I'm not just saying that because there have been 3 guys that have all had respective issues with their contracts with the Chargers, but LaDainian Tomlinson specifically was at the same position that Melvin Gordon was, and they just feel like the value there is not as high as it should be. Personally, I disagree with him. He had the best year that he's had in his NFL career. Last year, he averaged over 5 yards per carry for the first time. It's a great time to try to, sell high type of deal. It makes sense. But even if you look at other position players on that offense, Joey Bosa had the same issue a couple years back. He held out from his draft day all the way through the end of August before they negotiated a contract. Now, because Melvin Gordon has to show up at some point to get the season accrual to be able to be an unrestricted free agent, he's going to have to show up at some point. But where I've projected him in my rankings is closer towards playing maybe 7 or 8 games as opposed to the true 15, 16. I would not be surprised if he sat out at least 6 weeks before he decided to show up. I'm not drafting him at all. I wouldn't recommend that you do either, but I would recommend that you draft Austin Eckler, especially in PPR formats, anywhere in the 6th, 7th, and 8th round when he's available, because he not only does he return standalone value as an upside RB2 or RB3 when Melvin is playing, but if this holdout goes like I think it's going to go and Melvin Gordon ends up showing up week 7, you have 6 weeks of value in Austin Eckler, who catches multiple passes and is probably going to outsnap Jackson by probably, I would say, 65-35. But the Chargers are saying it's going to be a 50-50 timeshare. It's never been a 50-50 timeshare when Melvin Gordon's held out, and Austin Eckler is a great option. Either way, I just wanted to make sure you guys are prepared for your drafts and to help you win your leagues. If you're looking for more information from me, there's going to be some info at the end of the video here on links to my channels. I'll stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday on Twitch just to provide you guys with extra information on fantasy. And we'll be releasing videos weekly. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you watching.